Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, Sasha Reads, and this is my TBR for JANTE'S Inferno. So, Readathon is hosting another readathon this month. It is a 10-day readathon, 11-day readathon. It goes from the 6th to the 16th, and it's all focusing on like the 9 circles of hell, and you need to try and get out of hell, basically. So there are 9 prompts, and the way that Jan has made it, you can double up on one circle if it is connecting to another circle. So with like circle 8, which is prompt read a horror or a thriller book, you can only double up that if you were reading with circle 9 or circle 7. You can't like double up circle 8 with circle 5, if that makes sense. So here I am. I'm not doing a full review or a TBR this month just because I do have, JANTE'S Inferno, and then I've got my own Thick Thighs readathon later this month. I'm overwhelmed. Let's jump into it. So the first circle, or the 9th circle of hell, is set in winter or snow on the cover. So I'm going to be reading Moon of the Crusted Snow by Wargeshig Rice. Pretty much, from what I'm getting the gist of it, it is about this small northern community that goes dark. They're cut off from the world. They're snowed in. Their food supply is dwindling. I believe this is an Indigenous author, which is awesome. And yeah, it's gonna be kind of scary because they're in the middle of nowhere. It's snowing, they can't get food, they've got no one to look out for them, so yes. So this is actually going to be for my 8th pit of hell as well, which is a horror/thriller book. So I'm going to be reading Moon of the Crusted Snow for both those prompts. So the 7th circle of hell is to read a vampire book or blood on the cover, and I'm going to be reading Contract Bound by L. May. This is one I found on KU while I was scrolling, I think. I don't remember how I came onto it, but it is a vampire lesbian romance. And you know me, I love my queer vampires. I believe it's between a vampire and a vampire hunter, so it's sort of like enemies to lovers as well, which is very exciting. And it's almost 500 pages, but I have it on my Kindle, so I hope it'll go fast. The 6th circle of hell is read a hot pick, so a new release or a hyped book. I'm also going to be joining this with my 5th circle of hell, which is a battle, war, or knife to throat enemies sort of trope. Now I'm going to be reading Iron Widow by Jiren J. Zhao. So I was supposed to read this a long time ago, but I'm finally reading it now, and I did read a chapter for a vlog back in December, I think, so go check that out. I really enjoyed that first chapter. This is about Zetian, who is an 18-year-old who offers herself up as a concubine pilot because king or emperor or whatever killed her sister. So she is now going to become a concubine pilot to kill the guy who killed her sister. And I believe there's polyrap in this as well, which is very exciting. And yes, I'm very excited to get to this month, finally. And then the 4th circle of hell is to read a book you bought for full price. And I'm going to be reading The Awakening as Told by the Boys, which is book 1.5 in the Zodiac Academy series. As the title suggests, it's the first book, but in the boys' POV. Because the first book is just in the twins' POV, and you don't see what the boys are thinking. And like from book 2 onwards, you have all 6 POVs, or 7. If you want to count Lance. So yeah, I'm excited to read what is going through the boys' heads while they were bullying the shit out of the twins. And I did buy this full price from the First Chapter Bookshop, who is a indie bookstore here in Australia. I will link the website down below because they've just opened up their own brick and mortar store, so that's so exciting for them. But yes, I did buy this full price, and it's like almost $40 freaking for these books. I may read it on my Kindle or listen to it on audio, but I did buy the physical full price. The third circle of hell is to read a book with food involved, and I'm going to be reading Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. This is one of my 12 Recs by 12 Friends picks. This was picked by Meredith over at Reading with Merb, and this is about two people who go on this baking contestant reality show. You've got one of them who's come out as non-binary, which is very exciting to read more queer adult fiction. So I'm very excited for these two. And then the second circle of hell is to read a book with any semblance of romance in it. And I'm going to be reading Lunar Love by Lauren Kung Jessen. This is actually the Baby Chaos book club pick for the month of February, which is run by Shani over at Shani and Books. And I don't actually know anything about it. Just saw the blurb. This sweet enemies to lovers debut rom-com filled with Chinese astrology will undoubtedly prove to be a perfect match with readers of Helen Huang, Jasmine Guillory, and Helena Hunting. Very excited to read more Chinese-based books. And yeah, this just seems like such a great pick. I believe Shani did choose this because of the Chinese New Year. So I love that. And yes, very excited to pick this up and discuss it with Shani and everyone else over at the Baby Chaos Book Club. And then the final or first pit of hell is to just read one more book, no more double ups. And I'm going to be reading The Sword by J. Bree. This is one of the prequel novellas for her new series, The Mortal Fates trilogy. And I read The Scepter last month. Really enjoyed it. I'm excited to read more into it and to find out what's happening, what's going on, why do these two people hate each other so much. Because I believe this is like the Fae King hates the witches, but it looks like there's the witch and the Fae Prince are mates because they can mind speak, but they don't actually know that. But we know that. So very interesting. Very excited to see how this comes along. And it's only like 70 pages, 90 pages. So I think this would be great to finish off the readathon with a short novella. Another book I have on my February TBR, I don't know where I'm going to fit it just yet, but this is Animal by Lisa Taddeo. This is actually Jan's Full Moon Book Club pick for this month, where I am the co-host. I'm very excited. So if you want to pick this book up this month and discuss this with us at the end of the month, I will put the time and date down below. If I remember correctly, for the Australians, it is 10:30 a.m. on the 25th of February, Queensland time. So that's 11:30 a.m. daylight saving times, 6:30 p.m. on the Saturday night for Central time for the Americans. Either which way, Google is free. Go find out all the time differences. But come read this with us. The back does not say much at all. All I know is I think this is about this girl who watches this guy kill himself in front of her, and then she goes and starts killing other people. I think I'm going to be very disappointed if that is not what it is about. But the back says, I drove myself out of New York City where a man shot himself in front of me. He was a gluttonous man, and when his blood came out, it looked like the blood of a pig. That's a cruel thing to think, I know. He did it in a restaurant where I was having dinner with another man, another married man. Do you see how this is going? But I wasn't always that way. Very interesting, and I'm very excited to read about women's rights and women's wrongs. So yes, that is it for my JANTE'S Inferno TBR / February picks. There's probably other things so far, but that's what I'll be reading in the first 2 or 3 weeks of February. Let me know down below, are you reading any of the same books? Are you going to participate in the readathon, or are you going to come read Animal with us? Let me know down below. I cannot wait to discuss it with you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you can like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos by me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.